Why did you you're fetishizing an 18-year-old? That's so weird and gross. I don't fetishize Desi at all. She just happens to be the age she is. That's it. That's it.
Desi just is old enough to drink, Boogie. Why are you clutching on this?
You had to send Desi to a Nissan dealership to get a car. Could she navigate?
Hey, everybody, welcome to Locale Live. We got a lot of stuff to talk about, from everything from what's going on in the future, why I'm doing this again, to Dr. Disrespect, to Baited, and all sorts of stuff. And let's start off. Obviously, we got the big story. We got plenty of time to cover that. But I want to address this. Here's why Keemstar. I got called. I'm going on vacation. I'm going to be gone for 2, potentially. I'm going to miss even the third Locale live. When I say Locale Live, I mean the live show. We do 2 shows. We record a stream. And that's usually recorded the day after this. I am doing this. Keem is not leaving Wings for the next 2 weeks. He came to me. He's like, I got you on your vacation, which is like 2 or 3 weeks away. And then everything goes back to normal as far as I know. You got it? You got it, Wings?
Mm-hmm.
Hey,
yeah, I got it.
Could you stop telling everybody in your fucking stream that the podcast is ending?
Are you doing that, Jordy?
Yes!
I did not. That is a lie.
Yeah, that's what all I'm getting is nothing but reports. He's going to bed and wow. All your gloom and doom, Blackpool bullshit. Yes! Yes!
I did. I can't admit. I did some of that, but that was like 2 weeks ago, and they're just still talking about the same.
Of course, you're talking about the same.
Are you not still doing it?
Do you know I'm getting messages that are, because they're starting the whole Baited thing? Do you want to hold the Baited story? Even though what did I promise you? But I can't even bust Boogie's balls about this. What did I tell you? What did I put in the chat? I said, don't worry about it, and I'd give you any updates if Baited was coming back in the future. Now, it didn't help that Keem put that tweet out today, but I'll explain that as well. Wings, there is nothing solid. Nothing solid. And now, I'm here to announce right now that I am 95% sure it's not happening. Ever. There's no commercial. And you know what? The way we're talking about wasn't going to be like a commercial venture anyway. Right? Is this pre-recorded? I could beat that guy to death.
Is this look pre-recorded?
I promised I'd keep you guys in touch with everything. I wouldn't keep you out of the loop or anything like that. And here's another thing. Even if we're doing it, why would I want to cut myself out of money? Did you think of that, Wings?
Why are you looking at me, motherfucker?
You're the one that's telling everybody. I got people complaining every time I go in there.
No. This was from like 2 weeks ago. I haven't said about that. You came to me in a private setting and told me that Baited was probably going to be a one-off.
Yes. And then I told you that the probably is a near definitely now. Now I know Keem made a tweet today. We should do one because I did have this idea for Crescendo that we would not tell the public and kind of drop it when the thing like this Dr. Disrespect or an I am out. So it had to be like the biggest, the big, and we drop it. I can't go into details because I don't want to point fingers and put pressure on the other 2 members, right? It's not happening. Even if it did, I would tell you, Wings. There's no reason for me not.
I mean, Christ. I would say I've always believed that Keemstar was setting up the show to be successful so that he didn't have to micromanage us as much so that he could work on his 20 other projects. And currently we're doing that, right? He's obviously not quit. He's obviously not gone. He's obviously not done. He's still in the group chat. He's still feeding us topics. He's still managing the show. He just ain't taking the time for the live shows right now. Because that dude's planning his 4th of July party. He's doing several other things we can't even talk about. He's taking a short break. And guess what? Tommy's taking a short break next week, and probably in July for my birthday week, I'm going to take a short break.
It's summertime.
Because that's what happens.
It's like 2, I think it's like 2-3 weeks, the middle of July, and I'm gone. Yeah. Possibly for 3 episodes. The thing that gets me is about this doctor, there's a culture war aspect of this. You know, there's like a left and right side. I don't know how there could be. I think.
How could there be?
Well, one side was just saying, all right, let me see more. And the other side was saying he's done. Why do you need to see evidence? I mean, that's insane. Now, if you're still doubling down after his statement, that's a whole different pool of wax. But I hardly believe what I said was a double down.
The only public thing I had to say about it was if this person knew this earlier, like if people at Twitch knew, and you all didn't say that he was the kind of person that would sext a minor, and you let him continue to have a career for 3 or 4 more years, even if it wasn't on your platform, then you have allowed him to use that clout to sext other minors. Do it once, you'll do it again. Do it once, you'll do it again. Go right ahead.
Let's not make accusations here.
It's not an accusation.
No. Listen.
That's what he did. He didn't accuse him.
No. What happened is Dr. Disrespect, after he got kicked off of Twitch and they didn't come out with it that day, he actually put a court case into effect that lasted years, and that court had a gag order. So Twitch would have to break the court order.
NDA is different than gag order.
To come out and say this, and like that's gone now, and now the employees that were there are actually leaking it.
All right, well, supposedly, I wouldn't.
Well, so let's not. I still think here.
I still think it's real dangerous to have allowed that man. I would have broke NDA to keep children safe. I would have broke NDA.
Yeah, I think they went to Slasher. They told him he was sexting kids. He immediately went to Twitter because he didn't fucking think. This is back in 2020, and said he's done, he's finished. And they either acquired the DMs illegally, right, or they're, and which is the most likely. The law office said, yeah, this is
2017.
Yeah, this no, it was no. The firing was in 2020, right? So they either acquired it, they either oh Jesus, thanks, Wings.
I'm under the impression that this sexting happened in 2017.
Yes, it did, but it has nothing to do with what I'm talking about. It's irrelevant to what I'm talking about.
Right, so it's relevant that they kept him on staff for 3 years.
Well, that's if they knew about it. Now, let me finish, and I could probably get there. Remember, he got a contract, a huge contract, and supposedly he leveraged Mixer. Mixer went out of business the next week. So they were probably pretty pissed off. So they either... because obviously Twitch had a good reason, for at least from their perspective, to keep this quiet, right? So they basically said, yeah, so they either acquired it illegally, or the lawyer said, yeah, but what if the police don't charge him? Which is entirely possible. It really depends on the veracity of the interaction, which nobody knows about at this point.
Right.
Which absolutely nobody knows about at this point. So it's really clear that Twitch was looking to cover their ass because they didn't have enough to fight. See, what I think happened is all those stupid children at Twitch thought they had something that was a slam dunk because they don't know everybody's a fucking lawyer and they didn't know. And when a lawyer looked at this and says, oh, wait a minute, this opens us to huge litigation. You better shut up. Well, we already said, oh, you better shut them up too. That being Rod Blislow, Slasher. That's more than likely what happened. So they had a good reason to do this, to protect themselves. Whether it was a moral reason, that's a different conversation, Boogie. So they definitely had a good reason, because if they can't get this guy in jail, that opens them up to that. And basically, if the lawyers say no, you can't fire him for this reason. So Dr. Disrespect is like, why they get fired? They tell him, and he says, can we NDA that? And they say, absolutely, and we're going to pay you everything. You shut up. We'll shut up and we'll forget everything happened. Now, I'm not saying that's a moral thing, right? I'm not saying that's right, but we're talking about a corporation, and we're talking about a guy that just admitted in the last 4 hours, to talking to a minor inappropriately.
Right. And here's where Wings jumps in and explains sexting. Sexting isn't flirting. Sexting is pretending to have sex through text.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, I will say this way: I will not believe the veracity until I see it. I don't believe any of these people. There's obviously political element to this. I got to see the text to call him a pedo.
But here's the thing: I said this when it came to Frank. I'll say this when it comes to Dr. Disrespect. You ain't got, as a 35-year-old married man guy, Dr. Disrespect, you have no business sexting anybody, much less a minor. Why does an adult man ever need to talk to an underage fan other than hello, thank you, and goodbye? That's the entire conversation you should be having with a 16-year-old, a 17-year-old, a 14-year-old. Shut the fuck up, keep your dick in your pants, and leave the kids alone. Holy shit.
I got some logistical questions here, though, honestly. Like,
I think I'll have the answer.
First off, Dr. Disrespect was a high-profile PUBG guy at the time. He was obviously an 18-plus stream, so it means people with accounts under the age of 13 couldn't get into his streams. So did the person tell him she was of age?
We don't know, and it's a pretty good chance that Dr. Disrespect did know because he didn't say in his final statement whether he knew or not. So the fact that he's like wouldn't you think that he would come out and say something to the effect of, "I didn't know her age, and then I found out she was a minor." He didn't say that. Nope, he just said he had an inappropriate conversation with a minor.
Yeah,
that's
bring
it.
up the actual tweet because I see people like Lonely Goomba, one of my favorite YouTubers, by the way, Lonely Goomba in chat. I see him asking. He basically admitted it now. Can you show them the text so they know exactly what we're working with here?
Yeah, I can put the whole thing on the screen. You want to remember? Yeah. He's changed it twice, by the way. I will say this. I'm going to play devil's advocate here. All right, I wouldn't let him babysit my 16-year-old. You know, inappropriate does not necessarily mean sexual, but what are the odds of it not being sexual?
Well, the big question is like, did he know her age?
No, and he would have put that in and said, "I got catfished."
If I also remember correctly, this is the same year he cheated on his wife, 2017.
Yeah. He was right. He was flying high. He was in the zone.
I wonder what was going on in the Dr. Disrespect household that makes a man cheat once, get caught, admit to it, and then start texting other women.
We don't know if this happened before,
because that seems to be the timeline. That seems to be the timeline.
We don't know if this happened before.
Guaranteed.
We don't know if this happened before or after. But if I had to guess, he was in the zone and nothing could go wrong.
I had to guess
everything was fine. There is nothing I can't do.
There's going to be another woman or two that's going to pop up here in the next couple weeks.
Yeah, let's hope they're adults.
I believe they're going to be adults. Like I'm gonna get hung out to dry here. I don't look at him being I don't see him.
I gotta know. I'm not calling him that. Look, if it's a 17-year-old and they're dick jokes, highly inappropriate. That's what I would consider inappropriate. All right. Yep, will the internet forgive him? Probably. If there's anything sexual, if there's any kind of flirtation that leads you to believe it's going to lead somewhere or meet you somewhere or something like that, nah, man, they're going to fucking eat him alive.
I remember this article that Boogie just read, and you said there were changes to it. I remember
minor was taken out.
Minor was taken out,
and then put back in.
And then put back in. Wow.
Yeah.
I also remember he addressed the situation where he was planning on meeting said person at that TwitchCon that year. And that's the big.
That's where he cheated on his wife. That's where he cheated on his wife. She was an adult, as far as I know.
No. Like he was going to plan on meeting this person. He was talking inappropriately at.
That's what I got to be honest with you. Cody Connors and all them. I don't believe a word they say until I see the text. I don't believe anybody at Twitch. This thing, I think you have to agree with me, does have a culture war element to it. There is, if you're on the right, you're saying, I want to see the evidence. If you're on the left, you're like, my evidence. Oh, clearly he's a pedophile. Shut up. And then somehow this turns into mercs and trans kids. I mean,
it's
that's
like
what
the
I've
air
seen.
Conditioner in your car. There's a 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. There's different levels to this shit. If he's sexting, it's cooked. But if it's cooked. Like if it's like joking around and like
he's probably not cooked. He is cooked sponsor wise. He is cooked. I mean, YouTube probably won't get rid of him. But if they and here's another thing, this ain't over as far as I thought this is where they stayed because nobody would want this out. But now we're going to see the New York Times article, the Wall Street Journals. We're going to see the TV things. YouTube may just cut ties with him after that. That's what he's really going to worry about. But here's the thing: he's capped. He's 100% capped. He cannot sponsor. He cannot go up there. He's only YouTube for life or Rumble. That's it.
Yeah.
He's and maybe that's the proper punishment.
Take a look at Louis C.K. Yeah. If you're talented enough, if you're good enough, you can probably get away with some minor infractions, pun intended. Not this minor infraction because it involves a minor. I would hope that even if he's making dick jokes, because here's the thing. If you're talking to a 15-year-old girl, you're doing it because you find it enticing.
Oh, there's some truth in that. I can't deny that.
Yeah. So it doesn't matter what you're talking to a 15-year-old girl about. If you're whispering her day in, day out, 2-3 days in a row, and you're making potential plans to meet with her, you're even getting close enough to being able to talk about something inappropriate. You're doing that because you find that enticing. Maybe it's the age of the person. Maybe it's the person itself, and you don't give a shit about the age. But regardless, the moment you spend a day talking to a 15-year-old girl, you should be cooked. That should be
like he's at least half cooked. I mean,
his audience should have banned him out of him.
one thing I'm thinking about that's kind of got me on the fence like here, the NDA's up. He could share these texts if he wanted to share them.
Yes, good point. Good
exactly.
point. If he could,
Yeah.
I think he's using the justification of them breaking it as a reason. Okay, because that's the way I think it works. I'm not a lawyer. Once somebody breaks, then it's open. It's not like he gave us a text, but we don't know if he has access to them either.
It feels like damage control. Like they
it's
broke.
Definitely
now
damage
he's right.
control.
Like yeah. He's like, well, I'll give them as little information as possible. I'll drip feed it, and hopefully they'll listen to me and not other people. Yeah. I at the end of the day, but again, if you
got to be doing all right money wise, like I don't. Yeah,
understand. He should be able to retire at this point. I would hope.
Sorry, yeah, it was a really smart thing to do. Is like, I think I'm going to Costa Rica, guys.
Did he say that at the end of the thing?
Yes!
Like he's taking like a hiatus.
I'm going to Belize. That was a really dope.
Why not just go straight to Thailand, bud?
I don't know why he responded to the Dick Lucky tweet like he did. I don't know why he responded. Why aren't these all crafted by lawyers? Why is he changing the stuff? I mean, this is the stuff that gets you in trouble.
Hire a PR firm if you have that kind of money, idiot. Imagine trusting a man, marrying that man, hoping he'll take care of you, be loyal, be faithful, provide,
women
be a good father to your child.
Oh, God.
And he does this. You are a piece of shit.
You don't have a set of pearls that's not broken in that house, do you?
No, I'm telling you, dude. This is important to me. My mom was a cheating bitch. Yeah, and I this rubs me the wrong.
Most married, like something 90% of marriages is usually at least one fling. I know.
Yeah,
I usually leave that. I hate people that do that because to me, I'm one of those. Maybe it's my old Catholic upbringing. If somebody cheats and the two couples bring it back together and they get it on track, that's their business, and I'm okay with that. Right? I'm okay with they break up too. But the idea, like most people cheat, that's the truth. So I can't judge anybody. Now the kid stuff. Oh no! But I'm not going to shame I think most marriages there's some kind of fling on either side, and normally the males. So I'm not going to sit there and.
But normally it's not with a 16-year-old girl on a platform that you're going to get caught on. Right after you cheated another time.
Since the victim was underage at the time, and she's going to be, I've heard the number 15. I don't know the actual age.
Nobody knows.
But there's been 7 years since then. So most likely this person's an adult now. Like, are they going to say their names at this point, even though what happened, they were a minor?
You know what I wonder? I wonder if they ever actually identified a person.
Because he says there's no pictures or anything like that. This could literally be like a 35.
I don't think they could have NDA'd pictures. I don't think they could NDA'd something really fucking off the wall, even verbally. I don't think. I don't know, but I can't imagine if he said, come to my hotel, I'm going to bang your 15-year-old brains out. I don't think they could NDA that. I really don't.
I hope not.
Yeah, me too. And if they did, the lawyers were probably criminally liable. Wings of NDAs.
What I'm trying to say is like, this could be like a 35-year-old man catfishing.
I wondered that. I don't know if we're never going to know. I don't, like I said, I'm not shaming people that want to know more before they
I want to know
dance.
more, but
I don't
need to know more. You shouldn't need to know more. Here's the thing. I want to know more. You shouldn't need to know more. He admitted
I want to know more in a documentary
minor.
form.
That's enough. That should be enough. That should be enough. That should be enough.
Well, it's not if
inappropriately
is enough for you.
Don't forget, we destroyed Colleen Ballinger for talking to an underage person.
I don't think I thought she got a rough fucking break. To be honest with you, I thought she got a rough break.
I did. She sent underwear to a 13-year-old.
Did she know he's 13?
I think we're good.
Was he 13 at the time?
I think it was 13.
Or was he like 16 or 17?
I think he was 13.
Oh God! All right, I changed that.
No, yeah. No,
Colleen,
but long story short, Colleen wasn't like sexting him or anything like that. She was inappropriate because she talked about sex issues with her husband. She talked about relationship issues. She sent like
with a 13-year-old boy
bra and panties to a 13-year-old boy, to an entire Discord of people that included minors and stuff. And then you got the stuff that Colleen did on stage. I don't want to make it about Colleen, but then Colleen would invite minors up on stage, and she would do this one bit where she would like lay them on the ground and look up their skirts and I mean, Colleen deserved it, but I'm saying at the end of the day, did Colleen do anything illegal? Like, remember, because Dr. Disrespect said, I didn't do anything illegal, and I was found
He
not
probably
guilty
didn't.
and all this.
He probably didn't.
Right. Okay.
Who
Neither
cares?
did Colleen. Colleen didn't do anything illegal,
Fair enough.
and she deserved to be canceled, and so does Guy. So does Dr. Disrespect. Period. Period.
No, all right. I don't know if she did all that shit.
Oh yeah, I
all that. I thought she sent some underwear to fucking a 16 or 17-year-old. Like,
nope.
No, all right, fair enough. But even then, when I call her a pedophile, no, I call her a fucking idiot and a moron, and I wouldn't want her, I wouldn't want her near my 16-year-old boy. But I can't. If that's fine for you, I'm not gonna like fucking totally freak out about something like that. Unless she's put her hands on a kid or a boy or a girl, that's a whole different fucking ball of wax. Yep. I gotta be honest with you. I'm gonna roll my eyes if it comes out that he made a couple dick jokes.
No.
You never met him?
No, never talked about. Yeah, no. Is he a dick? You met him?
Yeah.
He's like
6'8". He's arrogant as fuck. He's narcissistic, and I've always tried. Like, let me go way back in the thing. Back when Dr. Disrespect did like black and white movies that had like horror elements into it before like PUBG and
the DZ. That's back in the DZ.
Yeah, because like I tried to grab Dr. Disrespect when he had 1,000 subscribers and like put him on the platform.
Did you really?
I'm like, yeah. I'm like, here. I want you to do like a voiceover.
What about now? Would you put him on now?
I mean, depends on how you can spin it. If he wants to go come on the channel and share some of these tweets right now, hell yeah, I'd put him on.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I'd put him on this show right now. Yeah. Call Dr. Disrespect. Yeah. He's crying. Call Dr. Disrespect.
But every time I've ever tried to work with him or do anything, even before he got big with the PUBG shit, he would always shit on me. Always shit on me.
Really?
Yeah.
So are you spiking the football right now? You're like, you Doc. Actually, you didn't spike the football. You're trying to find reasons to give him the benefit of the doubt. That's too funny.
I'm gonna give him benefit of the doubt, but because like I think people throw the P word around way too loosely on the internet.
Yeah, I do too.
Can I have something to say about that? By the
way, I don't have a problem with Boogie's. Like 17, you're out. If you're as long as you're consistent on it, that's fine. Like me, if it's just a bunch of dick jokes and a bunch of sexual innuendo jokes, creepy, and inappropriate, and maybe he should be punished. I'm not going to sit there and call him a pedophile.
Okay, follow my logic train. Yeah. Follow my logic train here, okay?
Yeah, good luck.
So, calling him a pedophile is technically incorrect, okay? Technically. When I was talking to EDP and talking to the people surrounding EDP to do that shitty documentary, I learned a few things. So, calling him a pedophile is technically incorrect. But we know that he was talking inappropriately to a minor, and he would only do that if he found it that enticing to do that. Yeah. So that means he is most likely attracted to talking to minors. That would make him, by definition, minor attracted. And do you know where a minor attracted person belongs? In the same grave as a pedophile.
All right, we're saying
so. That's my opinion. If you want to be technically correct about it, you would say that he's minor.
What if she turned 18 in 24 hours from the time you talked to her?
It's still real fucking gross, ain't it?
I don't know. You're married to a 20-year-old, or you're dating a 20-year-old.
I'm married to a 21-year-old, and I understand that.
And you were talking to her at 18.
No, I was talking to her.
I get drug under the bus because I made a joke that said, "Hey, Shay just needs to drive to Myrtle Beach really slow to like May 30th slow."
Oh, that's gonna be one long drive. That's like it's already 12 hours to get there.
Yeah. I get drug under the bus for that.
That's a funny joke, actually.
Yeah, I mean, I guess it's funny. That is technically grooming, right? But like here's the thing: if you're 17,
but it's 16, a joke about grooming, okay? I mean, I'm not gonna you're not gonna let you throw wings on the bus.
No, it's not grooming. It's a joke. Yeah, it's a joke about grooming. Yeah. But here's the thing: I don't even find an 18-year-old girl attractive for the most part. Okay, like it's one thing. It's one thing when you like depersonalize a person that's on an OnlyFans. If you subscribe to OnlyFans, you like whatever. But I don't want to have a conversation with an 18-year-old. I had one conversation with an 18-year-old. I met a girl online. We met. She said, "Actually, I lied on my profile. I'm 18." I said, "Cool. What do you want to talk about?" We talked for about 5 minutes. I got up and I left because I had nothing in common with an 18-year-old girl, and I was scared that she was lying again. So that I had about a 5-minute conversation with an 18-year-old girl, and it was the most ridiculously boring conversation of my life. So what the do you have in common with a 16-year-old. Hey, honey, how was junior year? Did you learn chemistry? What the are you talking to a 16-year-old
You're
about?
standing on this fucking stool. What do you have in common with a 21-year-old when you're 50?
That's a good point.
A lot. We play video games. We watch.
I do all sorts of kid stuff.
Your first thing video games. You can't play video games.
I'm a giant man-child. I'm a giant man-child.
No, fair enough.
Right?
It was great. Hey, you want to hear what Dr. Disrespect friends are saying?
Yes.
Yes, please.
Yes, please. I think here he is. It's EDP. No, I'm kidding.
Before we get into what his friends are saying, I have two things. Number one, Keemstar tweeted out EDP dressed up as Dr. Disrespect. I thought that was amazing. But Turkey Tom, friend of the show, tweeted out Dr. Disrespect the age of consent.
All right, here we go.
That's a banger, Tom. That's a banger.
Here we go.
Wow, this is absolutely insane, bro. Everything I'm seeing. I have known Doc for a while now. We've played games for years. And seeing everything that is spiraling right now is a very difficult thing for me personally. And I'm sure for a lot of y'all out there. I think for me, I know a lot of you are asking, Tim, what are you feeling? Tim, what are you feeling? My bottom line, I think, is if what he is saying, where he said that he was messaging a minor and it would sometimes lead to teeter on inappropriate, if he knew that was a minor and those were the messages being sent, I cannot support that.
And I do have a certain amount of empathy for these guys. I mean, I don't think it's unreasonable to have empathy for these guys. You want to hear from Nick Merckx?
Yes, please.
All right, let's do it.
Yo, checking in. I'm seeing everything on Twitter, and I read through Doc's tweet, and in that very tweet, he basically confirms that, you know, he was texting an underage girl, and it went weird sometimes, you know, and look, just to be blunt and straightforward, man, that's inexcusable. It's unacceptable, right? There's no excuse for something like that, and I can't support it. Hang on, honey. Doing this, talking to Twitter. I can't support it. I can't defend it. And look, the boys and I are torn up over it too, man, because we played a lot of games with the guy, and it feels a little weird, but what can you do, you know? So I just wanted to update you guys on my thoughts and how I'm feeling. And I mean, look, I hope you guys have a good day, all right?
Not enough, you transphobe.
I'm gonna be the victim. You gonna be Dr. Disrespect, right?
Okay, Dr. Disrespect.
I'm a big fan of you. What? Why do they call it the Slick Daddy?
Honestly, it's just a silly nickname. I don't know really where it comes from. It's funny though, huh?
I don't know. It's really nice. You're really tall.
Yeah.
Is it true what they say about the tall people?
I don't know what they say, but I know I'm getting ready for a live stream real quick. And
I know it's not going to stop. We should be banning these motherfuckers.
Tell them how much it bothers you.
Here's why. Here's why we should ban. We should be banning these people, especially on the Reddit. The Reddit is completely taken over right now, and it's got no moderation. So if anybody wants to talk about the show, they want to talk about what kind of a fun episode we had with Billy the Fridge, or maybe getting Billy Mitchell on, or potential guests, or even got brainstorming ideas for the show, can't happen because they're spending too much fucking time talking about shit me and Boogie did a decade and a half ago.
Yeah.
That should be banned on site, and that person's IP should be banned when they make multiple accounts to do it, because all you're doing is holding the whole shit hostage. Like right now, the people are destroying the narrative of the fucking chat. Look, here's the truth of the matter is, Panda Lee was 17. The age of consent in every United States state, as I know of right now, is 16. So Phil did nothing wrong there either.
It was I just put it out there. I didn't...
Like, you guys are just coming out with this stupid ass shit, dude. Like, I've never here. I'll put this out there.
Why am I letting you do this to yourself?
I will quit the internet, if you can find one word I've ever texted to anybody inappropriate.
I got it. Let's go back.
Matter of fact, can we go and ban the egg picker off the Discord, please?
Why? Why get involved in that? Now you're
calling me a groomer. I'm not taking that. No, I'm not handling that.
Oh boy, super. It's. Let it go.
I just love your Elmer Fudd impression, and I think it deserves more.
Oh yeah. We filmed something. I can't show you. I'll tell you.
I've never been the kind of person that takes it. Have you ever seen me take shit?
Yes.
No.
Let me do it.
All girls think they're gonna be priced to get hooked on crack cocaine.